Okay, so this problem asks us to find, asks us to create the circuit so that we get V out equals 3 times V1 plus 5 times V2 when R2 is equal to 4K ohms. Okay, so first of all, we can see that this is a non-inverting summing op-amp because we have these two voltage sources here. And so in order to first start this out, we could see that the total gain we want is 3 plus 5 is 8. And so we're going to first account for that, where R1 and R2 must equal 8. So if we know that the R2 resistor is 4K, then we know that R1 is going to be, let's see, 4 plus, well, 8 times 4 is 32. So if we want 32, then we're going to do 28 plus 4 is 32. And so that's how we can tell that the R1 is a 28K resistor. So we also know that this is going to change depending on the resistors we have available. And this is just a ratio. So keep that in mind as you design your circuits. Okay, so the next part, so we know that the gain is here is going to be 8. That's what we want. So in order to get 3V1 plus 5V2, while we have a gain of 8 on the outside of our summing non-inverting op-amp, we're going to say, okay, so what will cancel on the bottom to give us 8 for G divided by RS2 plus RS1 must cancel in order to give us the 3 on top? Well, we could say that the 3K plus 5K will cancel with the 8, and that will give us a 3K on top. Again, this is just a ratio. So when you go to design your circuits, remember what resistors you have available and account for this ratio here. Okay, so on the right side here, we have RS1 over RS2 plus RS1, and we're thinking the same thing. So we want 8 to cancel with the 3K and 5K on the bottom, but this time we want the 5K on top. And so we can say 3 and 5 cancel. We have 8 here. And now we have 3V1 plus 5V2. And this is what we want. So it's always good to understand where these equations come from instead of memorizing them. And so on the right-hand side here in the pink, we could see how this left-hand side here of the circuit is a voltage divider equation. And how we get RS2, RS1 in this part of the equation here is by superposition. So if we take this circuit on the left-hand side, that part of the circuit, and we first remove VS2, well, now we can see, and this becomes a short, remember? So we remove VS2 in superposition, we create a short here, and now we have that VP at this point is equal to VS1 times RS2 over RS1 plus RS2. And that's where this comes from. So the second part, if we erase this voltage source, we can see that VP is equal to VS2 times RS1 over RS1 plus RS2. And when we add them together, that's what defines superposition in this problem. Okay,